The clock on the wall clicks to 2 a.m. The only light in the room comes from the monitor, casting a harsh blue flicker across the desk. You lean back, rubbing the grit from your eyes, your fingers stiff from hours of input. Behind you, the wall is covered in framed certifications. They represent 15 years of relentless study, late nights, and technical mastery. Each one is a testament to expertise, a trophy of professional survival. You shift your gaze back to the screen and log into your bank account. The numbers are stagnant. They have not moved in months. You stare at the balance, waiting for it to change, but the digits remain fixed. You have spent over a decade building a reputation as a high-level technician, yet the math refuses to add up. The silence of the office feels heavy, pressing against your ears. You look at the stack of unpaid bills on the corner of the desk, then back at the glowing screen. The irony is sharp. You have mastered the craft, you have earned the credentials, and you have put in the time. But as the cursor blinks, you are standing still. You trade 60 hours of your week for a paycheck that barely covers the rising cost of rent. This is the math of your existence. You are a high-level technician, but the market does not pay for your brilliance. It pays for your presence. You are the engine of your own life, but the engine is overheating. Every hour you spend at this desk is an hour you can never reclaim. If you stop working, the money stops flowing. It is a closed loop. You are trapped in a cycle where your income is tethered directly to your physical attendance. You show up, you perform, you get paid. You miss a day, you lose the revenue. There is no leverage here, only the relentless ticking of the clock. You are not building an asset. You are renting out your life 1 hour at a time. The pressure builds in your chest as you realize the truth. You are not being compensated for the 15 years of mastery on your wall. You are being compensated for the fact that you are sitting in this chair right now at 2 a.m. The system is designed to keep you running, but it is not designed to let you win. You are the engine, and you are redlining. The shift begins with a single brutal question. What if your knowledge was not a service, but an asset? You have spent years trading hours for dollars, but the math changes the moment you stop selling your time and start selling your output. Imagine a designer who stops chasing hourly logo revisions and instead builds a proprietary design system that works for them while they sleep. Imagine a coder who stops debugging client sites one by one and instead builds a software tool that solves a specific, recurring problem for thousands. This is the act of productizing yourself. It is not about working harder, it is about changing the fundamental geometry of your income. You stop being a technician who rents out his presence and start being an architect who builds systems. The idea takes root in the quiet of your office. You look at the code on your screen, not as a task to be finished, but as a potential product to be scaled. The exhaustion in your eyes remains, but a new focus sharpens your gaze. You realize the path out of the trap is not found in the next paycheck, but in the leverage you create. A small, persistent curiosity begins to replace the weight of the grind. The transition is not a gentle pivot. It is a brutal severance. You commit 100 hours to building your first digital product. For those weeks, the bank balance does not move. You earn $0. The security of your steady salary begins to feel like a tether rather than a safety net. Your friends notice the change. They see you hunched over the keyboard long after your shift ends, and they ask why you are working for free. They do not see the asset. They only see the lack of a paycheck. You feel the urge to quit, to retreat into the comfort of the familiar. Every notification of a direct deposit from your job feels like a siren song, tempting you to abandon the build. You are operating in a vacuum where effort does not yield immediate reward. The doubt is a physical weight pressing against your chest. The gap between your current reality and your vision is wide. You are choosing to starve your present for the sake of your future. The final commit goes live at 3 a.m. You close the laptop, your fingers trembling from the sheer exhaustion of the last 100 hours. You fall into a heavy, dreamless sleep, expecting nothing but the silence of an empty bank account. Then, a sharp chime cuts through the darkness. You reach for the phone, eyes squinting against the harsh light. A notification, a sale. You blink, waiting for the error, but the confirmation is real. The product has sold while you were unconscious. You refresh the screen. Another notification appears. The system you built is handling the transaction, delivering the file, and logging the payment, without a single second of your input. The realization hits with the force of a physical blow. The marginal cost of reproduction is zero. You are no longer trading your presence for a paycheck. You have created a machine that operates independently of your physical labor. The cycle is broken. You are no longer the engine. You are the architect of a system that never sleeps. A hidden treasure is worthless if no one knows where to dig. You have the product, but you lack the reach. To scale, you must build a distribution engine. You stop hoarding your knowledge and start documenting the process. You post your failures, your messy methodologies, and your hard-won breakthroughs on social media. This is a radical shift. You are no longer hiding behind a polished facade. You are revealing the grit of the build. Every post is a signal. Every honest account of a bug you fixed or a strategy that failed builds a layer of trust with an audience that does not know you yet. You are not selling. You are teaching. You are not pitching. You are proving your authority. Your social media feed becomes a salesperson that never sleeps, working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It speaks to people in different time zones while you are away from the desk. You are no longer just a technician. You are an individual media corporation. The content acts as a bridge, turning strangers into a community of buyers. You are building the infrastructure of your own reach, ensuring that when you launch, the world is already watching. The transformation is now absolute. You walk into your office, but the perspective has shifted. You no longer view this job as your primary source of income. You view it as venture capital. Every paycheck is simply funding the time you need to build your real business, the business of you. You identify the high-value problems that people constantly beg you to solve, and you package those solutions into scalable systems. You build in public, using the authority you have earned to prove your worth to the market. You are no longer an employee waiting for a promotion. You are an individual media corporation. Your desk is your headquarters. Your laptop is your factory. Your knowledge is your inventory. You are leveraging the stability of your current role to fuel the growth of your own empire. The math of your income has changed permanently. The corporation is you, and the empire is already under construction. The era of the loyal employee waiting for a gold watch is dead. That contract was built on a foundation of stability that no longer exists. You have watched the landscape shift, and you have realized that the promise of long-term security in exchange for blind obedience is a relic of a vanished age. The new reality belongs to the asset builder. You possess the laptop. You possess the deep technical knowledge. And you possess the leverage to reach a global market. You are no longer waiting for permission to succeed. You are no longer waiting for a manager to validate your worth or a company to dictate your ceiling. The tools of production are in your hands, and the barriers to entry have been dismantled. You have the power to create value that exists independently of your physical presence. This transition is not about finding a better boss. It is about becoming the owner of your own output. The transition is brutal, but the alternative is a slow erosion of your potential. You have the leverage. You have the technology. You have the capacity to build something that lasts. The path is clear, and the choice is yours to make. The room is quiet. The only sound is the steady, rhythmic hum of your computer fan, a mechanical heartbeat in the dark. You stare at the cursor blinking on your screen. a steady pulse that demands a response. You know the path ahead is not paved with comfort. It demands that you embrace the friction of building, the uncertainty of the unknown, and the discipline to walk away from the safety of the familiar. Your friends will not understand why you choose to sacrifice your weekends for a vision they cannot see. They will call it risky, they will call it foolish, but you know the truth. The true risk is staying exactly where you are, trading your most valuable resource, your time, for a paycheck that never buys you back your life. You look at the code, the systems, the blueprints of the empire you have started to sketch. The choice is binary. You can reach out and close the laptop, sliding back into the comfortable, predictable rhythm of the treadmill, watching your potential slowly dissipate into someone else's bottom line. Or you can press enter. You can commit to the work that belongs only to you. You can choose to purchase your freedom, one asset at a time, starting right now. The screen glows, reflecting the resolution in your eyes. You reach forward. The screen goes dark. The choice is yours.